Hydrilla mats choke waterways, but the real fight isn't on the surface. Eradication fails because of its tubers. Its true power is a hidden reservoir of tubers that can remain viable and dormant underground for over a decade. This unseen network isn't just waiting, it's multiplying with an explosive and calculated efficiency. In one summer, Hydrilla can pack over 6,000 new tubers into a single square meter of sediment. To manage Hydrilla, we must first understand its underground engine, the subterranean tuber. So, what are these structures? They are small, potato-like storage organs, a definitive trait of Hydrilla. Think of them as survival bunkers. They store energy, letting the plant survive harsh winters even if surface growth dies. While Hydrilla spreads from fragments, tubers are its most prolific and powerful reproduction method. This creates a massive, unseen bank of future plants in the sediment, making infestations stubbornly persistent. But if we know this underground army exists, why is it so notoriously difficult to defeat? The first reason is physical protection. Tubers can be buried up to 12 inches deep in lake sediment. This depth puts them far out of reach of many surface-level treatments. The second reason is timing. Tuber formation is triggered by shortening daylight in the fall, when the plant sends all its energy underground. So, they are hard to control because they are physically shielded and strategically reproduce when focus is elsewhere. This resilience means standard controls fail. Many herbicides kill the leafy plant but won't eliminate the tubers. What about draining the water body? Even after air exposure during drawdowns, deeply buried tubers survive. Mechanical harvesters only cut the top. It's like mowing a lawn. The tuber bank is left intact to regrow. So chemical, physical, and mechanical controls all struggle against the tuber bank. But the problem gets worse. Hydrilla is adapting. Certain biotypes now show resistance to fluoridone, one of the most effective herbicides. The tubers can also travel. They are tough enough to survive being eaten by waterfowl, spreading to new water bodies. Here is a paradox. One of the tuber's greatest strengths is that they do not all sprout at once. Each year, only a small fraction of the tuber bank, often less than 10%, becomes active, ensuring a steady supply. Resistant, mobile, and patient. With all these challenges, what does successful long-term control actually look like? Let's connect the pieces. Recall the 10-year dormancy? Combined with treatment failure, managers are in a repeating cycle. And the huge number of tubers versus their low sprouting rate? This guarantees a long-term war of attrition. Therefore, the central challenge is not managing the visible plant. It is depleting the hidden tuber bank. The financial cost of this persistent cycle is staggering, with states spending millions on temporary fixes. This combination of prolific, patient, and protected reproduction is why Hydrilla is called the perfect aquatic weed. So, long-term control is possible, but it requires a fundamental shift towards exhausting that tuber bank. One emerging approach is smarter timing. Targeting herbicide applications in the fall can disrupt tuber formation. Ultimately, understanding tuber biology is the most critical part of the puzzle for long-term Hydrilla management. For managers and specialists designing these multi-year plans, detailed biological knowledge is paramount. A new in-depth biology guide has been published specifically to address this need, because the fight against Hydrilla is won or lost, not on the surface, but in the sediment below. Learn more at hydrilla.org.